uShaka Marine World opened its doors in 2004. It was an investment by the city of Durban, the city of eThekwini, in partnership with the Development Bank of South Africa, who invested in this great product. It was at a time when they were looking to set up a tourism product in Durban that would serve as a key catalyst for economic and tourism growth, not only contributing to the GDP of the city, but also contributing to the GDP of KwaZulu-Natal. DBSA sold their shares to the city around 2016. So the ownership of uShaka Marine World now belongs to the city of Durban. There is the CEO and the executive team together with the management team that are responsible for making sure that we achieve against our strategic goals and objectives.
We've been able to establish three different fields where all the employees are inclusive together, one being Exco, secondly being Manco, thirdly being the Superco, and fourthly obviously being the staff on the ground. So there's a major link between the transparency from the executive level down to HODs, down to the Superco, right down to the staff. And it's not an upward, downward organization. It's now a downward, upward organization in retrospect to things. And we have that open door policy at uShaka, which is really great. STELLA, as the CEO, has really taken it and created a family culture. She's the mother of uShaka. So I feel that we're a family attracting families.
We have approximately 500 people at uShaka Marine World, and when we do recruitment and selection, we emphasize the fact that we need to get people who would subscribe to our values that we are very proud of.
What becomes unique about uShaka is the fact that we've got staff members that have volunteered to become what we now call good to great ambassadors. So the messaging is not just the CEO standing there and saying these are our values, but it actually comes from the staff themselves telling the new staff members what we are all about.
Part of our strategy is to ensure that we recognize our employees. We have our monthly stars and we have our quarterly superstars, as well as a mega star who is the employee of the year.
Yes, you can be the #1 KZN brand, but are your staff also happy to be part of that? And the amount of employees that we have, I mean, they're really happy. I mean, when you get to work, there's a big sign saying, "Welcome to the Fun Factory." I mean, from an employee's point of view, I mean, I'm on the ground with the staff. It's an amazing job that the executives have done through the communication structures to ensure that the staff morale is still there.
If you come as a guest to uShaka, the parking attendant would be able to respond to your question right up to a cleaner, to a safety officer. The mode of communication that we have established has been very focused in terms of making sure that it focuses on what we call guest first approach. Communicating information about what's going on at uShaka, but also making sure that everyone is aware of what the guest is unhappy about. Because for us, it becomes very important then when we talk brand uShaka, we actually live brand uShaka as the entire 500 staff members.
We have an approach that we call guest first approach. So for us, the customer comes first. And so the feedback that we get on an ongoing basis through our complaints and compliments system is quite critical to uShaka Marine World. No matter how many people have given us feedback in any one day, it's important that we attend to each and every one of them. That kind of feedback feeds into the strategy of the business.
And just as much as we have the surveys that are available, we don't wait for it to go to a survey. When a guest complains, that is our #1 priority. Yeah, there are situations that it might happen that it goes forward, but that's also a learning curve for us to ensure that we put certain different pillars or milestones in place to make sure we achieve that next level.
The guest who comes to visit us won't in fact run out of choices when it comes to offerings. We have more than 1,000 offerings, and between 8 to 5 p.m. in the afternoon, you wouldn't manage to exhaust everything that we can offer to our guests.
A place where different parts of the family, whether you are young or old, can really find something to enjoy.
We also have a lovely variety of facilities that are available, going in from the wheelchairs to the bambinos to facilitate any walk of life that could come through to uShaka Marine World.
When the guest leaves uShaka, are they happy? Have we managed to offer this unlimited fun that we purport to offer? And for us, if we see that kind of an achievement, then it's a tick of the box to say today we have actually achieved.
uShaka, being the, what we call Africa's largest marine theme park, has really positioned itself in Africa and in the world as a key family destination. The award that we won as KZN's top brand last year is just, it's so important that our stakeholders are able to hear that kind of feedback about their partner. When the public votes for a brand like uShaka Marine World, it tells us a whole lot about what they perceive of the Durban offering. We get about 3 million people walking through uShaka yearly. And what South Africa and the world out there needs to know is the fact that we've gone around and we have benchmarked against the best kind of tourism offerings in South Africa, in the country. Only tourism product where you get to experience the marine animals. You get to go and enjoy yourself in a water park. You get to see the snakes. It's a blend of different metrics of different tourism offerings, which is why we say a day is never enough for a visit to uShaka Marine World. We believe we have achieved what the objective or the goal of the city was in terms of creating a catalyst, that draws numbers and grows the tourism figures in KZN. With the fourth industrial revolution, it's so critical for us to make sure that we have different modes of communication with each other and with our guests. For example, we have newsletters among our staff where we communicate key developments, news, what's new, what has happened, so that all of us are aligned in terms of where uShaka Marine World is at. We have the website, of course, which is, helps us to interact with all our stakeholders. Part of my portfolio as a marketing executive is what we call stakeholder alignment. We say to each other, how do we make an impact in the market and in our communities by partnering with each other, because we just have a bigger impact when we partner than when we are separate. What motivates us at uShaka is to see satisfaction in the face of the guest. And that is what keeps us going. I would say happy. Just this morning when I stepped out of the car, I just saw little kids being guided by their teacher or whoever it was, and just looking at their faces. That for us, I think, in just saying in a different way what Stella was just mentioning, it's that satisfaction, that joy that is not articulated in words from our guests. Empowerment. In that regard, I in fact relate to empowering our staff and ensure that they have the best skills available out there. And that also goes with the passion which our staff then develop due to the empowerment that we give to them.
Okay, from my side, I would say unlimited. There's unlimited access from the guests to our staff. There's unlimited feedback, a whole host of things that can be unlimited. And the main thing about unlimited is that if a guest came to uShaka, as Aubrey mentioned, you'll never be able to do all the activities within one. But as you're doing each activity, it will be unlimited fun.